Hummer monster truck is insane, and today we're gonna start the process of making it street legal. I'm handing it over to Matt.
So this truck's a little too big to lift all at once on one of these lifts, so I'm going to lift it just one end at a time. I'm going to adjust the rear first, and then we'll flip the truck around and do the front. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do from here, I'm going to bring the truck back as far as it can for this lift, so we're not putting too much strain on the lift arms. I'm just going to put it in neutral and just hand roll it. Let's see if it works. Oh yeah, there we go. Putting all my weight into this thing. Okay. Good. There we go. That might be it right there. That looks a lot better. All right, so now that we've supported some of the weight of the truck on the lift, we should be able to start adjusting these. So now we loosen this set screw and this collar should actually turn. So all we have to do is loosen this collar up. It's just got this little screw here. And then we're going to, and then all we gotta do is twist this collar. It should get easier as we relieve tension on the spring. But all we gotta do is turn this thing here up until it lines up with this tape here. We're gonna lower it by about that much, which is 4 inches. And keep turning. There, our new height. So I'm just going to go right until I can turn the lock screw. It'll hold this collar right at this position. All right, there we go. Now I'll do that 2 more times and then we'll do the straps on the back. All right, so now I'm going to count the threads to make sure I match it side to side so we don't have any different height from one side to the other. Okay. Right, there is perfect. Tighten that down. Now do the straps. Yeah.
Nah, not
4
really.
inches in the grand scheme of this truck does not make that much of a difference. Oh yeah, it literally just looks like we leveled it out.
Yep.
Holy moly. It just looks normal now. Mm-hmm. Interesting. All right, well, we lowered the rear down. That's 4 inches lower than it was before. So we're gonna swap out the limit straps on the back, and then we're gonna lower the front down another 4 inches. And hopefully this thing, it already feels so much smaller. So I'm hoping once we do the front, it's gonna be a lot better to drive. Okay, so since we're lowering this thing, we have to change out these limit straps so that when the truck dives, the suspension doesn't get pulled apart. So I've got these shorter ones that are going in place of these, and they are 4 inches shorter than the ones on here to match our 4-inch drop. limit straps in. Now it's time to turn the truck around, do the front. All right, the fronts are adjusted. Now it's time to lower it down. All right, now that is looking a lot more reasonable. Now all that's left is change out the front limit straps and I guess take it for a test drive. All right, now our front limit straps are changed out. We're gonna wheel it back from the lift. I'm gonna do an oil change and we'll take it out for a test drive. All right, so an oil change on this is really not that different than a regular Elmer H2. Only thing is, you don't have to lift it to drain the oil out of it. You actually have to raise up your catch can so it doesn't splatter too much. And there you have it. Now, with any luck, no, I'm not gonna be able to do that. I'm just gonna have to hold it. Oh, pretty cool. It's got a, oh boy. Almost made a big mess.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
I knew I was about to do that too. Dang. All that's left is to fill it up with oil. That's perfect. I'm gonna close the hood. I'm gonna go get changed and we'll take it for a test drive. All right, I've got a fresh change of clothes, wearing my favorite shirt. Now, see if it drives any better. All right, so this thing already feels way better. It's way more stable. It doesn't feel like it wants to just tip over on you. This is pretty cool. So our main issues were when I would go around sharp turns, one of the front wheels would just pick up off the ground like you know an RC car does. So we're going to test that out here and see if we can get it to lift the wheel up off the ground. Oh man, that's great. Absolutely. It stayed perfectly stable the whole way through. Feels really good. Let's try it out some more. Hit some speed. Feels very good. This is great. I'm very happy with this. It feels super, super stable. Before, it constantly felt like it just wanted to tip over. Oh gosh. Next thing we need to work on is the steering in this thing, but that's for another day. Alright. I mean, it feels, oh no, the gate's closing. The other main issue we had with this thing is when I would come up with some speed and hit the brakes, the rear wheels would actually come off the ground. So I'm gonna try and I'm gonna accelerate really hard and then slam the brakes and see if it still does that. Oh wow, that is amazing. Feels really good. I mean, all I can say is it just feels super stable. I just keep saying it over and over. The wheels didn't come off the ground and it stopped great. I think this has been a total success. Wow, that is so much better. Way better. It's so much easier to drive. When I would do those maneuvers going around tight turns and hard braking, the rear wheels would come off the ground, the truck would tip onto its side tires. So dangerous. And now you're able to drive it much faster, much harder without it just trying to tip over. So huge improvement. I'm going to call this a massive success.